right, this episode is titled Cat Scratch Fever. Came out on November 5th, 1992. It's directed by Boyd Kirkland, written by Buzz Dixon, and story by Sean Catherine Derrick. Animation by ACOM Productions. We have Kevin Conroy as Batman Bruce Wayne, Efren Zimbalist Jr. as Alfred, Ed Asner as Roland Dagget, Adrienne Barbeau as Selena Kyle and Catwoman, Virginia Capers as the Judge, Denny Dillon as Jesse, the animal wrangler, poacher, Mary McDonald Lewis as Maven, Danny Mann as radio DJ, Ingrid Olu as Officer Renee Montoya, Brock Peters as Lucius Fox, Frank Welker as Isis, and Treat Williams as Dr. Milo.
I will say the extra casting I would have done is the redheaded gross lady I would have made Meredith from The Office.
Oh, that's so nailed. That is absolutely who that would have been. Yeah, that's a good choice.
Then that works with BJ Novak, and then you could also have Kevin as the big guy in the back, and everyone's like, is this just a little office reunion?
Yeah, as Paunch, which is the most ridiculous name. Do you think that's his birth name?
Chumbo.
Do you think that Paunch was his birth name, or do you think someone was like, you're a bit paunchy, and that just
maybe it's one of those weird things where it's like, hey bud, how do you like eggs? He's like, paunched. And they're like, paunched? He's like, poached. Paunched. Yeah, we check out the guy likes his eggs paunched. All right, paunched, you're gonna get him paunched. He's like, it's my name now, it's Paunch, because I mispronounced poached, and that's...
He got fat because he was eating his feelings
Everyone
off.
just kept bringing him eggs, like, hey, I brought you a poached egg, guy.
Watch what Paunch does with this. Oh, yeah, I felt bad for Paunch. He definitely got the worst name possible, but he wasn't the worst character in this episode. Anyway, we've got ACOM Productions animated this episode, and they'll previously animated the episodes that we've reviewed, which were Christmas with the Joker, The Cat in the Claw Part 2, The Last Laugh, Be a Clown, Feet of Clay Part 1, Prophecy of Doom, and Mad as a Hatter. Director Boyd Kirkland has been credited previously on this podcast in our Nothing to Fear review, so go back and listen to that episode if you want to learn more about his career. Sean Catherine Derrick, who can see the story for this, has been credited previously as well in our Nothing to Fear episode. Sean Catherine Derrick is the one that wanted... She did some great stuff, like The Forgotten is an episode she conceived, and before Alan Burnett came along, they had Sean Catherine Derrick in that role. She was the one that wanted a recycling bin in the Batcave, though. She wanted lots of stories with kind of a message, and I think this is hopefully one of the last episodes.
Woke. Oh, so woke. Get your wokeness out of my Batman cartoon.
I hope that this is one of the last message episodes, because it was like animal cruelty that they were really pushing in this episode.
That's Catwoman's shtick. It works with
True.
her.
Yeah, I guess it does. We got writer Buzz Dixon makes his one and only DCA debut with this episode. He is also known for writing episodes of Transformers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Tiny Toons, and G.I. Joe the Movie. Acting creds for this, we've got all returning characters have been credited previously on this podcast in their first appearances, such as Adrienne Barbeau in The Cat in the Claw Part 1, and she's also been a guest on this podcast where I got a chance to talk to her about her time as Catwoman and more. So go back and listen to those episodes if you haven't yet already. And as far as new acting creds go for this episode, we got Virginia Capers, who plays the Judge at the beginning. She's also known for playing Cora May in Howard the Duck and Florence Sparrow in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. She died in 2004 at the age of 78. Then we've got Denny Dillon, who plays Jessie, or as you said, Meredith from The Office. She's also known for playing Bev in The Servant and Doreen in Saturday Night Fever. And then we've got Danny Mann, who plays the radio DJ. He's also known for playing Ferdinand in Babe, construction worker in Up, and Percy in Pocahontas. And finally, Treat Williams, who plays Professor Milo, is also known for playing Howard Prince in Tales from the Crypt. He was in season 2 or 3, and I've thrown that in there.
I watched it. So, which episode?
So, I don't know the name of the episode, but his name is Treat Williams, like treat you give a dog, and then Williams, like your name with an S at the end. You'll recognize him.
He plays who in the show?
Howard Prince in Tales from the Crypt. He's also playing John Finnegan in Deep Rising. And do you remember the Phantom movie, buddy? The Phantom movie with...
I don't remember really watching it, though.
Okay, well, Xander Drax is the bad guy, the one who's after the skulls in that movie. He plays Xander Drax in that movie. That's where I recognize it from, because I had a soft spot for that movie growing up watching The Phantom. And Treat Williams just recently died. He died in 2023 at the age of 71. Do you recognize him at all? Treat Williams?
I think so. I think is he in the episode where they switch bodies?
But I haven't seen it. You would know. But I threw that in there for you, and I thought I should probably have more information, which I didn't. Now you're looking him up, and we're just enjoying watching you looking down at your phone.
I don't know if I've reached this episode yet. Con Man. No, I haven't seen a Con Man. Spoilers alert! For Christ's sake!
Maybe that's why I didn't list the episode, so you wouldn't know. There we go. That's why I did it. I had foresight. Okay, utility belt of fun facts. This episode convinced Bruce Timm to fire ACOM for its animation quality. He was quoted for saying, "We retook this episode considerably just to make it watchable. It was a mess. We had ACOM reanimate that one from scratch. That was the episode that broke our back with ACOM, and we decided we weren't going to use them any longer. After we fired them, they still had a couple of episodes in production, and those episodes were a lot better. I guess they had never been fired from a series before." So that's crazy that we've heard about the multiple takes of ACOM from other directors have come on the show and writers, particularly Frank Parr had a lot of headaches with them. And yeah, this is the one that they're like, you know what, we just don't want to work with you anymore. And we've got,
nice.
I think we've got 2 or 3 more ACOM episodes to go, and then we won't have any more ACOM. One of them is The Strange Secret of Bruce Wayne, which is, I believe, coming up next week. So yeah, ACOM, I don't know, they're a mixed bag. We've watched some episodes and we're like, it looks better than people have said, but I thought this... What did you think of the animation in this episode? I thought it was bad.
I didn't notice the animation quality, so there you go.
No? Okay.
No good or no bad.
I had a lot... Like, Catwoman does this weird eye thing in the car where Bruce Wayne...
does. Yeah, she's like...
Yeah, like someone's shaking her around and her eyes are like googly eyes. We've also got director Boyd Kirkland was concerned about the story when he first read the script. He was quoted for saying, "It was not an episode that I was excited about initially. Part of what we were struggling with on the writing level, whether we were going to have stories that were politically correct with social messages hidden in them, like this one against animal cruelty to animals." Is what I've written down.
Against animal cruelty
to animals. But
I'm all for animal cruelty. Dagget's the hero of this story.
Wait, is that the right answer? But half the fun is to take the challenge to make it exciting, and actually, the episode came out okay, he said. A lot of the sequences are pretty fun.
I didn't find it too preachy.
No, I didn't either. There was a few, like, do you know how many strays are in Gotham? And there was, like, a big number. I think it was, like, 300,000 or something like that. But, yeah, it was okay. Selina's sweater changes from purple to red when she holds Isis and looks out the window to see Batman swinging away at the end, so completely...
Maybe she has a mood jumper on.
Yeah, well, for her cat, like it changes. That's nice.
Isis, you're all right. But how?
Interestingly, this is the second time in a row that Catwoman appears to have saved Gotham from a virus or plague, the first being in Red Claw's plan in The Cat and the Claw.
Oh, yeah,
Part 2.
That's true.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until I read these notes here. Then cat scratch fever is actually a real disease that usually infects children after being scratched by a cat. Did not know that either. And that's when I was like, the Ted Nugent. I think it's Ted Nugent, right? The cat scratch fever. Nah, 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 nah.
They give the cat scratch fever. Cat scratch fever.
I don't know.
Cat scratch fever. Boo-doo-doo-doo. I've been singing it all day now because
I have never heard this song before.
Really? Oh, okay.
Nope.
And then this is the last appearance of Selina's secretary Maven. So no more live-in house.
You know why?
mate.
Because she fucking lost her cat. So she's like, the moment the cat came back, she's like, yeah, you're fired.
Yeah. Do you think she definitely purposely let that cat out? She's like, I'm allergic.
She's like, oh, I hate that cat. Ever since you've been gone, oh, it's in the heat. And all the other cats are like scratching at the window. And she's like pressing herself up against the window. Like it's a whole thing. And I'm not going to be like the guardian of the cat orgy, all right? I signed up to help you and you're not here.
You're in jail.
I met an old guy. He said that he knows how to get rid of cats. He's British. He says he's going to put him in a cave down a well. So going with him. I know just that I run my own cat sanctuary. Bit of a throwback there for our regular listeners.
And then we've got Lucius Fox ask Bruce if he thinks Dagget is up to something. Bruce replies with, "That goes without saying, doesn't it?" This is almost identical to a conversation Bruce had with Alfred in the episode Appointment in Crime Alley, where Bruce says, "Roland Dagget's up to something, Alfred." And Alfred replies with, That almost goes without saying, doesn't it, sir?
Have you been hanging out with Alfred?
Yeah, he copied Alfred, where he's just like, that's a good line, Alfred. I'm going to use that if someone ever says Roland Dagget is up to something.
Alfred over here, he's like, I'm pretty sure that's what I said. I'm the quipper here. You're not very quippy.
Okay, let's get into the meat of this episode. What did you think of this this particular episode? For all the listeners and not watchers, that was a big thumbs down, poopy noise down the drain.
I was in an absolute rush to come and see this episode on such a busy event. So sitting down to finally see it after so much chaos that I just had in the past half an hour, to sit down to watch an absolute dog shit episode was like...
Or cat shit, sir.
Aha! I might be a bit too harsh right now just because I'm just in a bad mood. So I'll take back what I said. It's just not up to the quality
that we've been seeing.
Imagine if you were like, Batman the Animated Series is the best interpretation of Batman ever. And it sounds like, really? Okay. I'm going to watch an episode. And you're like, choose at random. They're all winners. And you're like, all right, well, I like Catwoman, so I'm going to put on Cat Scratch Fever. You'd be like, not that one.
For the love of God, don't put that one on. Yeah, imagine getting back the first time review, first time seeing it, and people are like, this is the best interpretation. It was just like...
It was 101 Dalmatians. It was like in the snow with two robbers and like the dog running around and like and the water, like frozen lake. I was like, I've seen this. Like,
yeah,
this is,
you're
like,
right.
It just seems like it was written at someone like maybe in the like the zeitgeist, like they were like, oh, I'm going to create the story when you're like, it's kind of already been done. And like, I don't know. It just wasn't very good.
Yeah, it wasn't. I felt like it just never got going. It was just kind of like a very slow, steady pace. And for Catwoman to come back, I was hoping for more. Like, I did like Gotham in the winter. I like seeing snow and all of that. And you could see their breath at points, which I thought was an interesting part of animation to add. I
loved how sad like the big burly fisherman guy was when she like showed him the picture of a missing cat. And he just looked at her like,
no, I'm sorry. I lost my cat a week ago.
I feel like he walked away just like, oh God, that poor little cat's up there by itself. And its mom is missing it.
Then he catches a cat eating his fish. He's like, get out of here, you little shit.
Get out of here, mangy cat. I hate cats. Oh, right. I hate cats. Biff that one.
I guess Selina's got a fan club as well. They like all cheered for her in the courtroom. I was like, who are these people? Like Catwoman's like little fan club that she's built up while she's been in jail.
Activists.
Yeah, probably. We get Bruce's workout outfit again in this episode, and Alfred makes him like a raw egg protein shake. I was like, what the hell is that? He's just like, another egg, sir, just cracking that away.
There's a whey shortage in Gotham, Alfred.
He gets sick from salmonella, but he thinks it's the virus. He's like, Alfred, Roland Dagget's virus has made me so ill. So I think that's the 9 raw eggs you've had in your protein shake.
I saw in the VHS player that you recently watched Rocky, sir. And, well, you know, that was for a film, right? Well, he's the best, right? So I'm trying to be the best. I'm Batman. I deserve the best. 9 rotten eggs, Alfred. Rotten? That's what he had, right? They were rotten? No, rotten egg Alfred's because everybody in Gotham City is rotten like an egg. And I want to taste their disgust. I'm going to be sick. I am going to be sick. Alfred, my tummy. So dear, here we go. Tomato soup. No, Alfred, chickens.
But the chickens, you've had eggs. I wouldn't go near poultry if I were you.
Alfred. What do you want, sir? I want a poached egg, Alfred. Paunch, sir. I'm going to call you Paunchy from now on.
Even speaking of Paunch, Batman throws a batarang at Paunch and it just bounces off his belly. And I was like, oh, mate. Like, even a batarang doesn't do any work on Paunch's paunch. Just bounce straight off.
Paunch?
And Batman was definitely going for a smooch with Selina in the alleyway when the police caught them. They looked like a couple of teenagers because she like went in for a kiss and he's like, okay. And then he turned around quickly when the police siren.
Okay. Like you're going to kiss like Batman. He's like, oh, all right. Sweet. Getting one in. Here we go. I love someone talking before they kiss somebody. All right, I'm going to get lucky tonight. She just does that one smooch. She goes, mwah, instead of like making out. Oh, that was hot. Another one. Mwah. The way you kiss your dog. Are we doing this right now? Do I have your consent? I'm going to kiss you.
You gave me the face. Are we doing this? Is this happening?
I just want to confirm that I'm about to kiss you and that you're cool with that. I kept my eyes open the whole time.
Do you think anyone saw us? Yeah, the Montoya shows up, the police officer, and she's got the rookie cop from POV with her. And I was like, this guy shows up way more than I've ever known until a rewatch. Like that redheaded cop shows up a lot. So I want to talk about Jessie's insults in this episode, the cat wrangler, because
oh my god, she was too much.
She's got these kid-friendly filter on. She's like, "Kiss off, you dumb clock!
Kiss off, you clock sucker!
Yeah.
Clock sucker! Well, I did have 8 eggs this morning. Rotten eggs. You're a rotten egg.
I was like, kiss off, you dumb clock. I was like, why? Where's this come from? Like this
Clock
child filter.
Mother clucker.
She just constantly makes chicken buns. They're like, what's wrong with you?
We're collecting cats.
I ate KFC for lunch. So Bruce Wayne gets friend zoned after he bails Selina out, and it was so awkward. Like he's in the car and he like goes in for like a hug and a smooch, even though he's just smooched her as Batman.
Are
and
you cool with this?
Yeah. I was like, buddy, you know that she's in love with Batman.
Brucey gonna get one. Oh no, Brucey not gonna get one. Respect.
I think he forgot that he wasn't Batman in that moment. He's like, oh, I'm in my classic mustard and brown. Whoopsie.
Ignore the stains on my top. I've eaten 9 rotten eggs this morning and a little bit of it came up.
Just watch Rocky and I've had way too many protein shakes.
I think he's going to be sick.
Alfred's now Hagrid.
Alfred, you sound strange. I speak regularly, sir. I think it might be them eggs. Them rotten eggs doing weird things to you.
Selina Kyle, the girl who lived, come to die. That's Dagget now. He's found them. Oh god. So does this like toxin make you drunk? Because Selina, she like comes out.
I think she's got a fever.
Well, she was like, I mean, cat scratch fever, I get it, but she was like stumbling all over the place. She was wasted. You've
had COVID. You've had a fever before. Fevers are like, some fevers can be very intoxicating.
Do you think COVID was a plan by Roland Dagget and suddenly...
Well, I knew this was going to be brought up. And I'm like, I'm just waiting for some stupid fucking conspiracy theorist to watch this and be like, I think this is what happened.
Hello, me. Your brother. I think it's a conspiracy. It's Roland Dagget.
Yeah.
I also, what did you think of the "you're hot"? Now you noticed. What did you think of that whole line? I thought that was kind of a bit of fun. I thought that was fun. And then my love that Batman.
Are we doing this? I noticed right now. I know you've been saying. Sorry, it's a bit of rotten egg. I'm still already.
Do you think that like it's like a teenage comedy where you've got his narration where he's like, and that was the first time I ever had a girl who wanted to kiss me, and it's like, kiss me. Da, 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 da,
she's like, just dies.
Just got egg breath. She's like, oh god.
He's like, death and consent. That's a tough one. Alfred's like, no, sir, no.
My love that Batman moment is the silhouette on the roof when the snow's like falling down on Paunch as he enters the lab and you've got like a shadowy Batman. I thought that was cool. And then we get that interrogation scene with Paunch where like Batman went a bit Jigsaw there from the Saw movies where he's like, let's play a game. Yeah, you tell me what
And then the
Dagget's
great
up to.
Saw theme kicked in, right? We all know. And it goes how?
Da-na-na, da-na-na, da-na-na-na-na. What is Dagget gonna do with this virus? Do-do-do.
These rotten eggs haven't settled well.
Do you know what? A listener told us who composed that, and I've completely forgotten the name. I'm sorry to whoever composed the Saw theme. Yeah, so we've got Dagget's plan. What did you think of Dagget's plan here with like Poison Gotham and then
I feel like
cure
it's
it?
easily tracked. Like, you look at COVID and like trying to pinpoint like in Wuhan and the fish market, whether that's still the truth or not. Like it would easily be like, okay, well, it's obviously coming from these stray dogs that have been attacking everybody, right? Like they'd be like, everyone's getting sick with cat scratch fever.
Cat scratch fever.
And there's been an absolute spike in animal attacks. Like, and then you would probably, someone would obviously do like an autopsy on one of these animals and see like, this is an introduced like chemical compound.
Yes.
So then they go to like the guy, be like, why do you have a vaccine for this specific thing? Like, I just feel like Dagger would be like, whoopsie, if that one. That was a good one. Not a good one.
Yeah, and even at the end, there's a newspaper, and I guess Dagget's like, it says, Dagget, I'm innocent, but he's being brought up on charges. So yeah, he really made it obvious. Like, it was all being done in his labs. It says Dagget Labs in big fucking letters.
Their
It's
trucks they pulled up in to catch the strays said like Daggett Industries on it. I love a brand. You know about that, Batman, right? You gotta brand it up. I know all about that, yeah. But I don't do crime. I stop crime with it. I want people to know that I was the one that stopped the crime. Maybe I want to know people that I'm the one that did the crime.
He pulls up in like Wayne Enterprises van by accident. And he's like, I biffed that one.
What, with Alfred driving him?
Yeah. So what did you think of Batman versus the rabid dog on the frozen lake?
I liked it. It was an atmospheric fight, you know?
Yeah, it was.
And I like him taking his hands and ripping the people into the water. Like, that's fun stuff.
That was cool. Yeah, I did like that as well. It felt like there was an idea and then they just kind of, I don't know, they just, no pun intended, skated through like some of the details that would have made it much better. They're like, Batman versus rabid dog on a lake. That sounds cool. What's going to happen? I don't know. He's just going to like wrestle with it and then he's going to spray it in the face and then it's going to be fine. And I thought that was just kind of weak.
It's funny that the animation company was going to be, well, they got kicked off because of this episode because some of the backgrounds are really well drawn. Catwoman's lair was so unnecessarily over detailed. Like the little window she looked out was like super like German expressionism and like all these
what
like
was
nice
that
like
hideout
shapes
too. She's like,
it
I've
was
got
like
a safe
planetarium
house.
type thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's made out of like a jaguar or something like that. It was weird. It was just this big.
Oh, was it? I didn't notice.
Yeah, it was a big cat sculpture. And kind of like in the Statue of Liberty, she's in the head of the cat. It's really
Alfred's
weird.
Like, I could have told you where she was hanging out, sir.
Yeah.
Look at any of your rogues gallery, and if they have a shtick, they're gonna be where you think they are. I'm not sure, Alfred. I looked at the dog kennel for her, the dog pound, the dog store. There's a dog store in Gotham now, by the way. You should check it out.
I should check it out. But like, what if he's just like, oh yeah, okay, so maybe what we should do with Wayne Manor is, since it's called the wings of the manor, we should have giant bat wings on each side of the manor. Alfred, he's like, I think that's a giveaway, sir.
We should just put the bat signal like on Wayne Manor, right?
Yeah.
We should have a helipad so I can take the bat chopper out. Let's just reveal it, right? Let's
own it
up.
Let's own it.
I'm Batman, baby, and I eat rotten eggs to get built. The only way to keep the calories down is to suck up that protein and then sick out all the rest that you don't need. That's how Papa takes care of you.
I did like Batman sledding down on his butt though most of the time. Like he went for a good old like sleigh ride in the snow on his ass. I was like, you can have some very wet fucking knickers when you get back to Alfred, Batman. Alfred, my knickers are wet.
Careful with that word you're using, sir.
Also, what's her face? Meredith from The Office was very trigger happy with that Tommy gun. She was just firing it constantly
it's
at
like,
things.
no one's gonna survive that. She was like, yeah! We're over here!
He's not coming up.
Just let him show those horny little ears!
So Batman captures Jesse and Milo, and we know that Dagget gets away. And I realize that Paunch is unaccounted for. So does that mean Paunch is still hanging upside down and tied up in the with the bat rope in Dagget Labs? Like, hello, is anybody there?
I'm hungry.
I'm very hungry. And
So
there's nothing-
hungry.
I
I haven't eaten for 15 minutes.
My name is Paunch. I need
Could
food.
really go for a poached egg. Oh no! I poached it again.
Paunched it. I'm owning it now. It's a word that
I love a poached egg. Poached.
Sorry, the blood's rushing to my head. I've been hanging upside down for a
I
while.
might start wearing a poncho. Ah. Hey, what's this porch party I heard about? Launch party? Ah,
I thought it was for me.
meet me on the porch. The porch? Ah. I struggle with this word. And it's my name.
Oh, so at the end, Batman delivers Isis back to Selina, and she snuggles up with her cat as her jumper changes color, and Batman swings away into the night. And that is the end of this not very good episode. We always do our top three. Buddy, are you going to
Number
surprise
one.
me?
Get Laughing Fish off that list.
Cat scratch fever.
Cat in the cradle with the silver spoon. This episode sucks. Fucking shit. That
Yeah,
was
great
terrible.
rhyming there, buddy.
Thank you. I'm on top of my game right
It
now.
was as good as this episode.
This
Ranking.
episode is a piece of poop. Never gonna watch it again. Gonna have a good time if I never watch it again.
Okay, ranking out of 10. What will you give this one?
I will give it a 0 out of 10. No.
0.
I will give it a. I liked the atmosphere, and I
Yeah,
like
me
the
too.
snow. I like Catwoman. I like the sad guy, not because her cat was missing.
Paunch.
And
You like Paunch?
I can take or leave Paunch. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10.
I'm going to go 4 out of 10 on this one.
So it's a 4.5 out of 10.
Yeah. It was real weak sauce, but it wasn't. I don't know if it's going to be the worst one. And then again, we thought that like episodes that everyone else hates was going to be bad, but they weren't. Like we thought Underdwellers was okay, but this was
Yeah,
just.
I enjoy Batman in my basement.
Yeah, me too. I think there's not a lot to make fun of in this. Like it's not so bad it's good. It's just like stale.
It's just bad. Yeah.
It's just bad. So next up,
It's
the next
stinky.
episode we're going to review is The Strange Secret of Bruce Wayne, which is one of my personal favorites because I just really like Hugo Strange and I like the whole I'm going to auction off Batman's identity to the highest bidder. So we've got that to look forward to next week.